This is not looking good, guys. We were hoping for no extra damage, but you know what?
Hey!
Oh my God. 160 grand down the pipe. It's not just a...
And look at what we got right here. A super sick.
Guys, this giveaway is coming to an end. There's literally a little over 1 week for your chance to take home this whole entire setup. The Mclaren 720, the 24 F250 plus $40,000 in cash, and of course a trailer as well. The stakes are super high, and you know what? We're gonna do something special, and for the next 36 hours, we're gonna choose one random order, and we're gonna throw in this beautiful Rolex. I absolutely love this piece right here. One of you guys is gonna get that in your order, so do not miss out. Check out goonzquad.com, check out all the official rules, copy some gear, and it might be you. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna continue working on the wrecked Mclaren Senna project. As you guys seen previously, we finally started ripping into this thing. We took apart pretty much all the body panels in the back here. We removed a bunch of damaged stuff in the front as well, but there is still a good bit more to go because we gotta strip this sucker completely down in preparation for the new tub that we got coming. So this thing's basically got to get the motor popped out, the rest of the suspension, the whole interior. We got a lot of work on our hands, but it's all exciting stuff because it is fun working on this Senna just to see what it is made of. But before we start cranking on this thing, we got to first do some organizing because we got some valuable parts scattered around the whole entire shop, and we don't want something like this right here getting stepped on. It's probably like 30 grand right there, so we got to be real careful. We'll probably store a bunch of stuff in a trailer, and we'll bubble wrap the good parts and maybe leave the damaged parts that need repair, just leave them out in preparation to get, fixed up. So let's go ahead, pull up the trailer, set up some racks, get everything organized, and then we'll keep on ripping into this thing.
Hey!
Oh my God. You! Oh my gosh. 160 grand down the pipe. Don't drop this, Elzar.
Where are you putting that? That stand is the metal on metal.
I'm just gonna hold it and you need to wrap it. All new $100,000 hat. Now, I don't know how much this part costs, but I'm sure it's up there. So we finally got everything separated from the good to the bad. All the good stuff is pretty much all bubble wrapped. Look at this, Pops even ripped a strap. He cut the strap, screwed it to the wall right there, and that's nice and safe. None of this stuff is gonna get damaged. All the stuff that is kind of broken and is needing some repairs, we got it where it's easy accessible, like that bumper diffuser, also this inner fender right here, but this is nice and clean. We even put the suspension up in here. One piece that we didn't put in here is actually this quarter panel, because this is gonna be the first piece that we actually ship off to somebody to get repaired. And we're looking for somebody that can do it good and fast, because we wanna have this car on the road in like what, a little over a month?
Like a year, a
A
month.
year? Are you kidding me?
Honestly, it just depends on how fast we can get parts and fix parts, pretty much.
Exactly, but honestly, with the way things are looking right now and how we've been able to get parts, I think we're going to get this car on the road
In a couple months.
Within a month.
What?
A little over a month, man.
Maybe we can get it on all
hoping.
4 wheels, but 100%, that's pretty pushing it. But anything is possible, just if somebody's out there that can do a good job for us.
I mean, this one's got some pretty nasty damage right here. I would love to record the process of this getting fixed because that would be super interesting. We'll see if we can figure that out. But anyways, we're gonna continue with the rear end of this Senna right here. And the first thing we're gonna do is actually pop off the rear wheels because we finally got the special tool to remove the center lock. It's gonna be super cool to see if we can unloosen those suckers that are probably torqued to like 200 foot-pounds, dude.
2,000.
2,000. We'll see. Let's go ahead and test it out. David, you hold the wheel from spinning. Dude.
It's moving the whole car.
Yep,
Even all the weight is down on this wheel right here.
Yep, we're gonna figure it out.
How much you weigh? Don't do that. Don't do that. Here.
Oh, yes. Dude. How much pounds did we just put on it right there? You're 180, I'm 170. That's about
300 something.
300 something right there, dude.
300 something.
So, according to my calculations, there's probably about like 400 something pounds. About.
Yeah, about 400
pounds of
500
torque.
pounds. Don't unscrew that. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and break the other side.
Do the
That
same
wheel's
thing.
broken, so it's gonna be a little bit more difficult.
Yep, but look how this tool works. That is so cool. We had one of these tools overnighted from a buddy of ours. First thing you gotta do is pretty much knock this piece out right here with a sliding hammer.
Yep,
Dude,
and it's
that's
designed
cool.
to go on any sliding hammer that you can get at your parts store. Just pops off. It's like a little rubber ring on there, rubber seal.
Yeah.
Simple.
This is basically a lock to ensure that this doesn't unscrew. So that goes on first, locks into place, and then you use this right here. It has a bunch of teeth on it. You pop that sucker in there. It's a nice and snug fit. Then you got to use one of these big old adapters right here. Pops brought his semi-truck air gun.
Big air gun. We're gonna use this, but you know what? We didn't want to risk possibly breaking it or
Dude,
something, like
this-
breaking the wheel.
This bazooka right here,
I
I
took
remember,
it off in one pump.
dude, I remember using this back in the day when Pops used to work on his semi. Dude, this is a beast right here, dude.
That's been around since we were like 10 years old right there, dude.
Long time. But anyways, we got that broken, pretty simple. We're gonna do the same thing to that side. And
Take the wheels off for the very first time.
yeah, wheels.
I don't know how we're gonna take them off of the suspension that we took off the car.
That's gonna be cool. We might have to use the bazooka on those,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Oh man. There's about 444 pounds of torque, I believe. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let's put some manpower to it. So the whole time, guys, we were actually torquing it even more because if you look at this, it actually tells you if you're on the right-hand side, it tells you the tightening direction, and if you're on the left-hand side, it tells you the tightening direction. So
Yeah, it's different on both sides because of the way the wheels spin when you drive, which is, we didn't think about that. We thought it was righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, like, you know, regular on that side, but on this side it's different.
you gotta read the instructions. I think I know what those gears were from on the diffuser. What? It's the e-brake. Look at this. We got some guts up in here. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
You see, there's like an electronic e-brake, which we're gonna have to order. All the gears just popped out and they landed in the diffuser. Look at this. We got a piston rod in here, man. This is part of the tie rod. That is insane.
That tie rod went inside. That's what broke the wheel.
No way.
Tie rod.
Oh, wow. So the bazooka ended up working just perfect on the suspension that we already removed. And it would have worked over here if we would have just unscrewed it in the right direction. So on the left side, it's reverse thread. On that side, it's regular thread. Kind of weird, but you just got to read the instructions on the little
Hey, we
tool.
torqued that thing down to like 1,000 foot-pounds.
Dude, we over torqued that sucker. We were like, what the heck is going on? There's no way, but we were just tightening it up. But anyways, all four wheels are off. This one is perfect. Look at that, no damage whatsoever. And look at that barrel right there, man. It's almost like some sort of gold or yellow. I wonder if that's like from the heat of the brakes. It kind of
that looks good. Is that a scratch right there?
I think it's a little hairline scratch.
Ain't nothing.
Still, you know, perfect condition for us right there. This one has got a little bit of curb rash. It can easily be repaired. Look at that. Dude, it almost does have like some gold strands up in there, dude.
What if it is gold
That's
carbon
crazy.
fiber?
You never know. These right here, this is not repairable. I just do not think it can be saved.
I don't
That's
think
just way
it'll
too bad.
ever hold air.
Probably. This one right here has got some damage as well. Could be saved, but we're not even gonna waste our time on that. These suckers are
Lightest wheel
dude.
I ever felt in my life. That is crazy.
Insane. So happy that we're going with another carbon set. But look at this. This thermometer, we were messing with it with the heat gun a little bit. And I think it's not for you to read again. I think it's for like the baking process when they're making the wheel. It's to ensure that they don't overheat it or something. I think that's my guess.
Yeah, I mean, because we put heat on it, it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So that's definitely for whenever they were making the wheel. Or we may be wrong. Who knows?
Yeah, let us know if anybody out there knows. But anyways, we're going to ship off our bad wheels because that's what the company that's going to make us some custom wheels said. They just said, just ship us these. We'll take some specs from it. Everything is basically here. And these are two-piece as well. This part removes from the barrel, which is super cool. That might even be like titanium or magnesium or something.
Could be something, because, I mean, going carbon, you want to go something light metal, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But we're going to get these suckers shipped off, and hopefully here soon we'll get some even sicker ones that we can throw on this car. It's going to be absolutely insane. But anyways, guys, let's keep on digging into the back end of this thing. This is not looking good, guys. We were hoping for no extra damage, but you know what? Look at this. We got a whole entire chunk missing out of our subframe right there, which that right there is not weldable. At least I wouldn't want to weld that because this is $1 million car. You want to have everything, you know, brand spanking new. So we're gonna have to do a whole entire subframe swap, which is not a big deal. You know why? Because we actually found out that the McLaren 720 has the exact same subframe. I honestly didn't believe it because, you know, it has these massive actuating wing mounts right there. The tub is different, but it's all the exact same. So that means we can find it pretty easy for a decent price. You know what? We're taking this motor out anyway, so we're gonna just swap it while we're doing that.
Might as well swap it, and it's crazy to me that everything is exactly the same. But
yeah, dude,
we did a lot of research, pictures and all.
Yep.
And it looks to be all exactly the same.
Exactly. It looks spot on, but there's some pretty cool things that we discovered as we removed the suspension over here. Also, a bunch of hydraulic lines. This is how you charge your AC from the back end.
You take the wheel well off and you charge it right up
that is
underneath
pretty
there.
cool right there. And look at these lines that run to the transmission, from the transmission to the wing right here. So I'm guessing maybe the actuation works off of pressure from the transmission or something.
Maybe there's a like a hydraulic pump in the transmission or something, or maybe the transmission all runs off of the same fluid. It is wild to me.
That is cool. I mean, just the aerodynamics on this car is just absolutely just insane right there. But as for this side, perfect condition, no damages. Even the suspension was perfect. Look at that, just flawless. And again, over here, 720 parts, upper, lower control arm, maybe even the axle shaft. I think the only thing that's different is probably the shock, which this shock, I believe, actually lifts and lowers in the back end just like the front, because it has, you know, the same exact hydraulic line points, dude.
Yeah, I believe at a certain speed, this car actually will lower to the ground a lot closer, because that works with all the aerodynamics to keep this car on the ground, which is super awesome.
That is just awesome right there. But we need one over there on that side. That stuff should be pretty simple to find. But anyways, guys, it is now time to figure out how to remove this motor.
right, so all that we got left, guys, is pretty much these both intercoolers, some intakes right here, and a few lines here and there. And then I believe we'll just be done at the top of this motor. And then we'll go up underneath this thing and unbolt this bar, which this bar actually just unbolts off of the subframe and it comes down with the motor. So we'll probably put like some jacks right here or bring in the skid steer. And then I think we'll be able to start lowering this thing after we figure out this one bolt that holds the transmission. Look at that. There's literally no way of getting in here. I think maybe just that one nut. Who knows?
That's so interesting. What if it just squeezes or something like that?
That is weird. I mean, we could not just understand it. Maybe it's just like squeeze and hold.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. We'll figure it out, though.
We'll start wrenching on it, and I think it'll start getting loose. But the exhaust is off. The heat shield is off. That opened up a lot of room, but the exhaust is right here. Titanium, which is pretty neat for a stock car. Cats, man, these things are doubled up. 2 cats, one on this side and one on this side, and we do not want that.
That's a silencer, dude.
This is a huge silencer. We need a loudencer. We need a high flow cat.
That's right, dude. We're definitely gonna upgrade that. It's just gonna make everything flow so much better.
It's gonna make the flames come out. That's the most important thing. But here's that heat shield, huge heat shield, gold. This, I don't know if it's gold. It almost looks like gold, but I don't think gold does that. No big deal. We're gonna get some new high flow ones. But anyways, let's just keep on getting some stuff off, and then I think we're gonna start lowering this motor.
So there's actually a lot more than just a couple hoses that we were needing to remove. There's just way more. There's a bunch of oil lines that run to the sump tank over here. And also there's just a bunch of other stuff that we're having to disconnect, and it's super difficult to get to. Like for instance, there's like a oil hose that goes right here. And the only way I can remove the actual clip or the clamp that goes onto that hose is by removing this motor mount strut bar right here. And literally I'm millimeters away from the bolt getting stuck. I have to like back it into this foam right here, and then it barely just pops out. Then I could take that out, and then I could just get to that clamp right there. But I mean, other than that, it's pretty dang interesting under here. Look at this. I think that's a billet aluminum fuel tank right there. You got motor mounts on both left and right. There's the flywheel right there, or whatever you call it, the crank. Look at that, no belts whatsoever. There's a little belt right here that just connects 2 gears together. I'm guessing to the AC compressor. Same thing on this side over here for the alternator. Just one single belt. Pretty dang cool. We're getting super close, guys. Actually, I think here in the very near future, this motor will pop out. Hopefully we don't run into any more issues. The motor is finally out of the Senna, guys, and check it out. This is just an insane feeling. We worked hard
for a couple of days for this to happen right here, tearing apart the whole entire rear end. And look at what we got right here, a super sick V8 4.0. Look how little that engine is.
Dude, this sucker is pretty dang compact, man.
That's crazy. So this is pretty much the same motor as a 720, just on steroids. You got like better pistons, turbos, internals, and it's tuned a lot better. 800 horsepower versus 700 something horsepower. This is crazy, dude. The 720 is a fast car. I can only imagine a way lighter, faster car.
Exactly, yeah. It pushes about 600 pounds of torque, and with that 800 horsepower and 2,600 pound body,
Light
dude,
work.
that's a crazy power to
Weight
That's
ratio
gonna
right there,
be
man.
so fun to experience. But look at that, man. That is one major step finally out of this thing. It took a lot of little tinkering because we had to figure a lot of stuff out. There was a lot of hoses that were really hard to get to, like these back firewall hoses. I mean, that sucker, you barely can put your hand there, and that positive right there. That one fought us pretty hard, but you know what? Ain't nothing to it, man. We've been labeling everything, putting bolts back, all that good stuff right there. I mean, now we just got a tub pretty much with the frame left.
Exactly, which we got some epic news. Our tub is finally in the States, the new tub, man.
Dude, that's just super exciting because as soon as it comes through that door, guys, you already know we're gonna start throwing that thing back together, and before you know it, that thing's gonna be on all fours. So be sure to stay tuned, guys. Definitely subscribe if you haven't, and drop all your comments and thoughts down below. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.